Good evening. This is the Man United Agenda. It's me, Mr. B, my right-hand or left-hand man. On Monday, representing the Man United Agenda. Young Boys 2, Manchester United 1. Good evening, welcome. Before the show starts, we've just been notified by StreamYard that this show's only allowed to go out for another 30 seconds. So, on Monday, hello and goodbye.
Hello and goodbye. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Goodbye. Oh, okay.
How you feeling, Mr. B?
At 1-1, I was I think I could have tolerated, the 1-1, but the 2-1 and the way that it came about, it's unbelievable. It is really, really unbelievable.
I think when you look at it, tonight's show is going to be special because a lot of people will be tuning in, not necessarily Man United fans, but a lot of people want to see us lose, and they're glad to see us lose. It's like a major disaster tonight. A man sent off, man assisting for a goal, losing to a team called Young Boys. I mean, what more? How bad? How low can you go? Base. I don't know. But kick it off, Mr. B. Let's go. Let's discuss this and have an inquest.
All right. Okay. Starting 11. Were we happy with the starting 11?
Yeah. I thought that was decent. It was similar to what we discussed yesterday, wasn't it? But we didn't know. I didn't think Pogba would play on the left inside forward. Yeah. What do you think?
I was happy. I'll be honest. I didn't want him to go full strength. We knew Fred was going to play.
Yeah.
We knew Van der Beek. We had an inkling that Van der Beek was going to play.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, we've got backup. Thank you so much.
No. This is the man who's going to say, I told you so. That's what he's coming in to say.
That's right, exactly.
I watched the live stream, a little bit of a live stream. We just done a live stream with Talk MU, and he was fuming. So we're going to have a nice discussion today about.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I said what I said during the watch along, and what I said last night. Actually, now you can understand what I was saying last night. It's it all sort of folds up now nicely into a nice little parcel as to why I was being so harsh on them, because of exactly what we've just watched. It does not fill me with any kind of confidence whatsoever that we can actually challenge for anything, if I'm honest with you.
Okay, so I just want to. Are you thinking we can't challenge because of the way that we played with 10 men? Or was it the fact we went down to 10 men? Do you think that the subs that were made weren't good subs? Talk. This is for you, Talk, especially.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing. It was right from the start. Right from the start, it wasn't really that great from the start. We were waiting and watching and thinking, right, we're going to get something together in a minute. But we were sloppy on the ball. We even found Cristiano Ronaldo in our own half coming back to retrieve the ball. You're like, wait a minute, you've got Fred and Van der Beek. Why is Cristiano Ronaldo our one and only in that team threat to go and hurt this team? Why is he having to come all the way back to recycle the ball back out and then run out with it? Donny Van der Beek, he doesn't. It wasn't his best game. Let's say that. There's a couple of moments in that game where he's one particular moment where he was on the right wing. He received the ball there's players there around him who are in a good position to receive the ball. What does he do? He carries the ball away from them, away from the danger area, and then passes it all the way out to then starts pointing to say, right, now put it left. And you're like, wait a minute. Well, you've just carried the ball away from the danger area. Now you're asking somebody else to go and put it out on the left-hand side to start again. It's crazy. Yeah, honestly.
Talk. We will be dissected.
Yeah.
We will be dissected. Wait, so right. On the same question I asked on Monday. You weren't happy with this with the starting 11?
No, I said I was happy with the starting 11. I thought it was a good starting 11, especially to get Donny van der Beek in. Just proved that what he was saying was right. Everyone felt that Donny was going to play maybe in the European game, so he had a good start today. It's just really unfortunate that we get a man sent off and he doesn't get the opportunity to demonstrate what he can do. The same with Sancho as well. Sancho came off as well. We're going to go into it. I hope we've got a lot of time to really sort of discuss this, because this is our opportunity to really sort of talk about the game. For starters, well done to young boys. They were really on it. I noticed it was really slippery. They were watering the pitch apparently before the game, and it's like a 3G pitch. So if you're wearing little small not even molds, like AstroTurf trainers or whatever, you can't really stop and things. So they're probably used to the pitch, used to the atmosphere, and it took us a while to adjust. Obviously, we went 1 goal ahead, maybe against a run of play-ish, because we weren't really creating chances as we weren't the other day. So my main issue is, like you know me from last year, I was saying we don't have a style of play, philosophy of play, and that kind of thing. And I also was a bit, I thought it was a bit stink the way once we went down to 10 men, the coaching staff, that's when they're supposed to come in and sort of something up. And I can't do diagrams on here, but the way I would have left it is the way they had it initially was with Pogba and Bruno, wide men. That shape, not saying the players, I think that shape 4-4-1 would have been ideal, because what you do when you bring on the 3 centre backs and you're keeping it compact, they're going to just switch the play, and then Luke Shaw or the other fullback got to run over and stop the cross coming in. It's really hard work for them. And you got 3 in midfield, and so all they have to do, you just let them say, they weren't really breaking us down before that. You're just letting them say, all right, come down the wings now and get crosses in. And obviously, you keep getting crosses in time and time again. It's hard to deal with an extra man. So I thought tactically we made a huge error there. And there's no learning stage anymore. We got knocked out by Red Bull last season. That learning stage is over. I'm not here to... I'm changing my energy from last season when I was really highlighting these issues and talking about Ollie, no philosophy, no thing. And once again, when it's down to him to prove something or to demonstrate, he knows how to manage the team, I think he was found wanting again. So that's my main issue.
Yeah,
Talk.
I 100% agree on Monday. And for me, when we went to 10 men, I said right. Second half, I think our best option here is to go 5 at the back. Shore it up, and then. No, but my thinking was, look, during the last season, most of our better results were when we were doing on the counter attack. So I was thinking, wait a minute, we know how to do that. So surely we can, with what we've got there on the pitch, we can shore this up. Ronaldo was the front man. We can keep them out, because let's have it right. Again, they weren't the best team at creating chances, and even the chances they did create, they fluffed it. So it was like, oh, okay, we should be able to keep these guys quiet here if they come and get anywhere near a danger zone. But then we've got enough here to push the ball out and whap them on the break. But we couldn't even do that.
I think it's completely wrong. You don't change the shape like that, because we were containing him. Even though Pogba, I said at half time on your show, that even like Pogba and Bruno, what young boys need to do is start overlapping and make Pogba and Bruno see if they really test him, they really want to track back. But they had to do the work. They had to do the work to really maintain the 1-0 lead that we had. And I would have kept it that way. Maybe put different personnel there. Maybe Lingard and kept Sancho on, for example. So to put at one point we had 4 centre midfielders across as a four. Do you see me across the field? So I think that was a bit naive by the coaching staff or whoever's making decisions out there. To go to 5 at the back, like even Gemma said in the comments, if you go 5 at the back, you're inviting pressure. And I can't remember the game last season, but we also done something where we invited pressure. I think it was against AC Milan when they equalised at Old Trafford. We done something, took some players off, took our Bruno off or something like that. Players that can retain the ball and invite that pressure, and they ended up scoring from a cross or corner, same sort of thing. So yeah, Mr. B, let's see what you got to say. Your own question. Answer your own question.
I forgot what I asked in all fairness. No, not really. I was happy with the lineup. I'm. You lot are going hard on Ollie. For you, both of you have both chosen two different formations that you would have gone in. That you would have gone in with. You're saying talk your 5 at the back. Monday you're saying don't change the shape. I probably would have gone 4-4-1. Just because, like Monday said, it's a system that we can play, as in regards to breaking on teams. Ronaldo did fine as the lone striker. I understand why he brought Lingard on. It's hard because we're 1-0 up, and he doesn't want to, or he tried not to concede the last minute goal. I mean, we'll get on to Jesse conceding the last minute goal, but I wasn't, up until the second goal they scored, I wasn't unhappy with what we did, and I wasn't really unhappy with the subs that he made. So I'm more pissed off that the manner of the goal, because let's be honest, up until that point, Maguire was having a storming game. Varane came on and did what he did. Shaw was having, defensively, we were good. You know, if that goes in 1-1, we're sitting here and they said, all right, we haven't won, but it's a different conversation. It's just the way that the final goal went in that's killing me, or is really pissing me off. But before we go into any more Monday, can you just go through a few of these? Well, we've got a whole list of them. Let's get them out the way early.
Wow.
And we can carry on discussing.
Chapter 1. Hello, Liam. How you doing, man? Haven't seen you for a long time. What brings you here today? Eh? What brings you, Arsenal fan, here today? I don't know. Big up to the Ranger, man. Bless you. Bless you. Hi, James. Thanks for the support on the live show. You've given a lot of tactical knowledge and a lot of banter as well.
Yeah.
They both hurt. She's putting the kettle on. Talk, do you want to say it?
Shocking, shambolic, and weak, because that's exactly what it was.
Big laugh from Anthony Herbert. How you doing, Anthony? Muncie says utter shite. How you doing, Muncie? Reese LFC. How you doing, man? He said Manchester United. That's our new name. Silver. How you doing? He says Liverpool fans are so biased. Obsessed. Hi, Silver Fox. How are you? He says he's going to sit and wait. Fanatic number 1. What is that?
Yes, that's my younger brother. I don't know. I don't know what face. No comment, probably.
Yeah, that's like a what's happening? Big up to Mr. B's bro. Big up.
Yeah, indeed. De Silva again says, imagine taking off Ronaldo, Van de Beek, Bruno when you need a goal and park the bus against young boys. Jem says, Oli, oi. What were the tactics today, boys? You want me to join in? No, thank you, Gemma.
Thank you.
We're hurting enough as it is. We can just about manage through the comments.
Yeah.
Reese Lipple says, Gems, please join them. Oh, no. Reese, come on.
Reese,
all right, I got your name wrong yesterday. Daniel. Big up, man. How you doing? From Uganda, is that right? Talking you?
Yeah.
I live in Malaysia. How you doing, brother?
Yeah,
there's poor substitution cost us all the 3 points. So
can I before we go any further with that one, Lakeek, could you just what subs would you have made? Just put down what subs you would have made. If you're still watching, hope you are. Just put down what subs you would have made, and we'll have a look at those a little bit later. Thank you.
The still says Ollie out already.
Really?
5th game into the season. Potts. Oh no. Potsy,
no.
Potsy, how you doing, Potsy? He says, ha. Miss Still Fox, where's Solo? Where's Nurse Phil? Oh, God. Where's iOS? That's quite funny. Reese said, Potsy, big up Potsy. Potsy says, having Ollie manage this team is like having Stevie Wonder drive a Lamborghini.
Mate, honestly.
That's like Borat, he says about monkey flying a plane, doesn't it? They're very good, very good. The Silver says, if that was a Champions League final, Ollie couldn't show his face in Manchester ever again. What is Mr. B drinking tonight, says Tony. Ask Tony.
Duppy Sheer Brown Rum.
Nice.
Everyone laughed at Potsy. That was funny, Potsy. Big up. They won't let me. Yeah, that's right, Jem. We won't let you. No. It's torture. I mean, come on. Gems is laughing at Gems. Anthony Herbert says, big up on Monday, Mr. B and talk. Where's Solo to offer that man a tissue? Good one. Midfield was a message from Gem. Midfield was a mess, no tactics. Imagine you guys last night saying to bench Pogba and Ronaldo. I wasn't saying bench Ronaldo. Oh, you weren't either, were you? But yeah, poor tactics.
Look at this. Sorry. This is my guy. I've known this guy for 40 years. The 2 times you've come on to even book any trashes when we've lost. Thank you, Pipes. Appreciate it, but you could have saved it for the WhatsApp group, man.
Big up, Pipes. He says, did the Norwegian PE teacher muck up tactically again? ? Conceding 70% possession in the second half? ? 10 men, irrelevant. It's young kids, not Barcelona. Woo!
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a friend of yours, is it? Yeah, it's true though. Potsy says Ollie wants to get to Klopp's level and can't even beat his best friend. Who's his best friend? And with their manager?
The manager, yeah, the manager's Klopp was the best man at Klopp's wedding.
Oh no. That was over my head. I didn't get that one. Jem says Donny's stats were good, apparently. Yeah, I thought Donny played decent. De Silva says having Ollie managed Ronaldo is like dipping your cookie in toothpaste. All these analogies. Bring them on, guys. Bring them on. All right, here's our boss. Solo, number 7. It's a poor game today. He's not happy at all.
Yeah.
Jem says back 5 was ridiculous. I agree with you, Gems. Totally. Reese says Donny will be on the bench now again until the kit sponsors a team viewer. God. Andy Herbert says you can tell when Man U lose. Mr. B drinking the hard stuff. Atlanta beating Villarreal away. That's a good result so far for them. Potsy said Sancho will be fuming at the right back, Wan-Bissaka. Ollie is so negative, man. Even with 10 men, you need to be winning that. Good shout. Miss Silverfox Solo is ripping up all his suits as we speak. Silver says Sancho played decent in the first 10 minutes. Thanks a lot. Andy Herbert says, I think the Masorians, Mr. B team would beat this young boys team. First team coach, Mr. B. Yes, big up Gumza from the Armory. How you doing? Good evening.
They're all here.
Till Fox, big up Till Chem Youth sticking around even after the watch along. Also, Mr. B and Amondi for being brave and bigging up. Well, we learn from you guys. You've been in here this position many times. He says, laughing again. Lots of laughter. Subs Lindroth and Fred. And we're getting down to the last couple now. Gumza says, I'm at home. Ill. Oh, you're ill. Sorry, get well soon. But this has really cheered me up. Thank you, guys. That's all right. Hope we can get you better, make you feel better. Solo says, Anthony, keep Fred man of the match. And lastly, Kahinde, my little brother Zico, or Kahinde, he says, Ollie should have gone 5 at the back. Yeah, agreed. After Wan-Bissaka was sent off, just inviting more pressure, not learning from Leipzig last year. Yeah, good shout. And Pipes is laughing hard.
Okay, well, if you like,
thanks for the comments.
If you're liking what you see, subscribe, share, hit that button. Yeah, hit that button. Okay, on Monday, show's finished. Let's go. Okay, we're gonna have to dissect this game. We are really gonna have to dissect this game. So, first off. Anything stand out? Were we happy with how we played? What would you have given the players? Any patterns of play? I know you're a pattern of play, man. So I'm coming for you first on Monday.
All right, yeah, first half. Echoes.
What's that?
Echo again. Because
I can't hear an echo.
I can.
Yeah, bad echoes. You, Mr. B, could just... Mic check. Okay, yeah. First half, 11-11. I think we were still struggling to create clear-cut opportunities. I saw Reece said we didn't have a shot after, say, the 24th, 26th minute. It's not good enough, you know. Obviously, the goal was good. To create something like that, but it's like we're forcing the play. There's no, when I say patterns of play, that's my main thing with Ollie. We're not seeing it. The other 4 teams in our league who are big, they have patterns of play. They know they got a formula of how to score their goals. And I would like to get to the situation where we are. What I really want to see us do is have fullbacks playing high up the pitch, and we can interchange in those areas, quick passing and whip crosses across the 6-yard box and finish your dinner that way. Easy. I prefer them sort of goals. Just walk them in, you know. But at the moment, we're having to force things. It's like, right, we've got Bruno. He's creative. Give it to him and then make him force something. You can't force things all the time because eventually it's not going to happen, you know? And it's like you're just leaving it to 2-3 players to be on the same page as they were today with the goal, for example, to score your goals. There's nothing beyond that. So beyond that goal, which was really nicely taken, good run, good ball, beyond that, we weren't really opening them up or doing much. And people say, like from the last game, with the in-queen question from the last game, we were saying, well, we need more time for people to settle down and all that kind of thing. But it's what it should be. The players should come in and fit into the system that's already operating and working. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why Ollie's had a lot of time now. People should be coming in and say, right, you're going to come and play for us. Our free signings, you're going to come and play for us. This is how we play our football. This is our formula. This is our brand of football. This is what we do. But it's not there. I think what the fans are thinking is, oh, we got Ronaldo. Oh, we got world-class players coming in. But if they can come in to a side that's not organised, as Mr. B would tell you, as a coach, they're not organised and nothing's going to happen. Do you see what I'm saying? You're just going to force it and say, well, they're playing. It should just automatically work. It's like, for example, I don't play computer games or anything, but it's like AI on computers. So pick this guy or like trump card. Oh, we got Ronaldo. We're going to trump the young boys. But we don't have no system of play. So that was evident by having one clear chance in the first half. Beyond that, we weren't really creating much, to be honest. So, and it was always going to be the case, I think, even in the second half. Maybe we would have scored another goal or something like that, but it was always going to be the case. And they looked a bit of a threat. They were really going in for their not going for the tackles, but they were on us. They were working hard. They were hungry. They wanted it. And that's what I'm saying. It's a team game. It's not an individual game. If it was Ronaldo against their best player in a head-to-head, it's obvious who's going to win. That's the individual thing. This is a team sport. That's why you have coaches who are paid a lot of money to organise a team, shape them correctly, and get them playing. I will talk about the second half and when the man got sent off, but for now, I'm just going to leave it as that.
That's what I was getting to last night, Money. That's exactly what I was saying last night. You know, I said, just because we brought Ronaldo in, it's not like, you know, all of a sudden we're just going to go out and he's going to win us everything. Don't worry like that. That's why the coaching and all his tactics as well, they have to step up a gear as well. You brought in these world-class players who've got like an unbelievable amount of victories between them in terms of end game. Then everything has to take a step up. And it looked to me like tonight, it should everything take a step back to where we were last season, most of last season. And we, to be fair, we should have bossed that game from start to finish. You know, Reece said to me at the start, they're going to try and press us. And I was like, thinking, good luck to you then. You're going to try and press us. We've got more than enough to do with that. We're just going to take control here, especially in the midfield. We're just going to ping the ball about. We're going to wait for a moment. We're going to wait for our opportunity. We're just going to have you chasing the ball. We're going to slowly move up the pitch, keep you penned in, and we'll get a couple of goals, and that'll be it. Because I said 2-0, and that's exactly how I thought in my mind it would play out. We would have control of that game. We had no control of that game whatsoever, which is the most worrying thing. If we can't control a game against, all right, I know the champions of the Swiss League or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's, you know, it doesn't stand up to the Premier League and, you know, what the Champions League is going to throw at you. And some of the lower league teams, even in the English league, are better than them in the Championship. So for me, it's a very, very worrying display, performance, and obviously result for me, because it's not filling me with any kind of confidence that we can go on and actually do anything this season. And I don't want to get myself like too excited and too kind of, you know, yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, because I've been there before and I'm sick of doing it now over the last 8 or 9 seasons, whatever it is, thinking we're going to get those trophies back. Because that's a bit right. I'm not interested in the Europa League. Don't care. Not interested in it. It means nothing. That's, you know, any fans that are quite happy to go out and win the Europa League and have a celebration, forget it. Go and support another team. Go and look for a championship club, because this is Manchester United we're talking about here, right? Don't ever forget that we're always talking about Man United. We set all the standards. We broke all the records. We made all the changes that are now there for everybody to see in the Premier League. You know, we did it all under Ferguson, right? And I know I'm not looking back to the old days under the old boss and all the rest of it, but even still, there's something, a terrible miss at the club right now in terms of the coaching and the management. There's something not gelling. Something is not working. And again, I mentioned it in the stream. We've brought in 2 additions to the coaching staff, and they've had, I don't know when they actually got into the team and actually started working with the team, but if they've had pre-season and, you know, the 4 games and all the training in between this tonight, I ain't seeing no improvement. So there's something amiss, terribly.
Mr. B, your mic's off, so do you want to open your mic and
okay, I'm listening to you guys, and already I can see a reversal to the opinions of last season. I thought we were doing it as from scratch, as in this is, you know, it's a fresh season. We've got the new players. All I'm hearing is it's just like last season. It's just like last season. 4 games into the season, granted. Last week we were this high. Let's be honest, we were this high. Yeah. Today we are down here. This is Manchester United. This is what Ollie does. This is what Ollie does to us. So we understand. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you down below me, Rise. I'm listening to you, Abonde, as always, telling me that Ollie's not good enough.
Is there anything is there anything, Mr. Lee, that you can give me, right? As I'm here now, right? I'm on the fence right now with Ollie. I'm on the fence, right? I've always been Ollie in because I love the guy. He's a legend of the club. He always will be, and everything else. And I wish him nothing but the best. But we're talking about my club here, and your club, and Amonde's club, and every other fan in the world's club. We need success. We need to be the team that we are. What we are. We're not. We are a shadow of ourselves at this moment. But is there anything that you can say that is going to convince me to have any more faith in Ollie, considering how we've stumbled and mumbled and, you know, stuttered our way to second place, and then also in the finals and the quarterfinals before that, I'm not actually had any success. I need somebody needs to give me something to hold on to, because my hands are slipping off that rope at the moment.
You know what?
If I'm looking, okay, maybe it's just me being the half full kind of guy. We lost today. I understand we lost. The end game is we get through the group stage. Yes, we stank the place out today. I understand that. But nobody's talking about Wan-Bissaka. If the man if his first touch is better, he doesn't make that. He doesn't make the tackle. He doesn't make the foul.
Yeah.
At no stage has anybody come. It's Ollie's fault. Ollie never kicked the man on the top of his toe. That's Wan-Bissaka. So the team that Ollie's put out, we then lost. We lost Chris Sancho, who we had to take off, and Donny van der Beek. So the 2 players who we wanted to see as Manchester United fans got sacrificed because of Wan-Bissaka's stupidity. If those players were on the pitch for a second half, we all know what Ollie's like in the second half. Then for whatever reason, we always play better in the second half. We had 10 men. So all I'm hearing is it's Ollie's fault. It's Wan-Bissaka's fault because he's an arse. He's a professional footballer and his touch is worse than Lukaku's.
You know what, Mr. B, I think we should talk about the sending off there was a foul with poor Elliot the other day, and people were saying there's a lot of discussion about it. That people were saying, was that a yellow card? Was that a red card? Was it a card at all? We've seen tackles. I saw Gary Neville was covering this on Monday Night Football yesterday, saying saw another foul for the Everton against Burnley game, which was almost identical, and no card was given. It's that sort of thing. So there's a lot of inconsistencies. My thing is this. If you understand the rules of the game and how referees work in now, there should be, before the game, they should be saying, look, we're in the Champions League now. This is how it goes. One thing I think this is a good omen, a good blessing in disguise, is that Wan-Bissaka always dives in. Okay, and there's going to come a point where if you keep going to ground, with the way football's going like this, this is going to happen. This is always on the cards with him. And he's always been timing the challenge, and people say, yeah, marvellous. Always been going in with the wrong foot for the tackle, but getting the ball, everyone's like, marvellous thing. But now, after today, he's going to have to suck it up and realise maybe I don't need to go to ground. There's no need there in that position to dive in like that. The way football's going, like I'm saying, it looked worse than it was. I don't think it was a red card personally. The way I play, what I'm brought up on, but under the rules, he's put his studs are up. He's gone into the guy reacted. The crowd are going mad. The players are going mad, and he got a red card for it. So hopefully from now, Wan-Bissaka will stay up a bit more and not dive in and be stupid like that. So I think he's got the character that he's going to learn from that. Obviously, but my issue is once that's happened, then you got to say, right, you sit on the bench, you saw them talking, right, what do we do, what do you do? And you have to mastermind something, okay? That's what you're paid to do. And initially, I was happy with the shape, but they obviously changed the shape. They went to the back five, and then that's what I think destroyed us. There was no need to do that. Just tell Pogba, tell Bruno, look, guys, you just have to sacrifice for now. I remember Steven Gerrard in the Cup final or the Champions League final to end up at right back. And no problem. Yeah, I'll do the work up and down, and just had to sacrifice. So we didn't have players. When you look at the personnel that we had on the bench and everything else, it was kind of difficult to kind of get the shape correct. I would have liked to have maybe Delort on the right of midfield, of the four, maybe, that sort of player. Not so a central player who's not going to do the work up and down. But that was the shape to keep, I believe. And to change that is a major, major error. And I'm just repeating what I said prior to that. That's the issue there. I'm not going off at Ollie. I'm not going mad like I did last season. It is what it is. I know his limitations, but I'm good. So I have to call a monkey, or you have to call it out and just say this is what it is. I'm not going to hide from it. That was a big mistake. And the comments, I'm sure people in the comments who are not here to banter and talk about the game will agree with me.
Talk.
Yeah, I can't really argue with what Amanda's saying. I mean, like I said, I did think that we would be able to do the five at the back and keep them out and then just go wallop, bang, there, you're not that good. We've got more than enough to just sting you on the break here. See the game 2-0 and that's the end of that, shut the door. But it was just from start to finish, even if I still believe, even if Wan-Bissaka wouldn't have gone off, I still think we would have struggled, to be fair, because like Monday, we can't deny that there is no real patterns of play. We're not seeing any control in that midfield where, we can control the game and let people play their positions. Everybody seems to be like, we find players we get disjointed too easily. You find players in positions they shouldn't be in. And that's a worrying sign because, as a team, we should be, you've got your position, you stick to your position, you help out where you need to, obviously. But you stick to your position and you keep your shape. But the only way you can do that is exactly what Monday says, is by having a plan and a patterns of play of right, well, how does this work? Who's what's the engine room here? It's the midfield. So we get the ball to the midfield at every opportunity you can in a forward attack, in a forward move. And then if it gets too tight in the attacking third, then the midfielders are there to receive the ball as the outlet and as a recycler. Then you go again. You keep your movement going from your forward players. Your wide men stay wide if you need to provide the width and stretch their defence if they've got five at the back. If not, and they're at a three or whatever, and they're going to cut in, you cut in. But you have to have that patterns of play. That's exactly what Amonde was talking about. And if I can't see it, that's the worrying thing. And that I want to point out as well is, imagine if this was, like I said in the stream, imagine if this was Villarreal again that we were playing tonight. It would have been a much worse scoreline than that.
Or Atalanta.
Or Atalanta, yeah. And we're going to be coming up against You know, I mean, look, I know I'm harsh. I know I want, like, you know, I want gold, everything. I want everything to be gold and all that. But I'm not on a king's ransom wages, right? But at the end of the day, again, this is Man United we're talking about, and again, for me, this is where the team you expect, as your young players do, Mr. B, they expect you to never be satisfied, because the moment you become satisfied and say, yeah, that's it, and stop being harsh and stop pressing and pushing them to do better, they don't do better and they don't push themselves. So, you know, this is what, like I said last night, Ollie and the coaching staff, I hope to God that they are getting an absolute air bashing, because I could tell you one thing for sure: if Alex Ferguson was still there and his coaching staff, they would be getting slaughtered. They would be getting slaughtered. They would be in training at 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock in the morning, you're at training. Get in there, and you're not going home until 3 o'clock. You're there all day as punishment. It's not good enough.
Can we hear from? Can we hear from? There's a few more comments coming in. Do you want to just quickly get them out of the way?
Yeah.
Last shot was 24th minute, said Gemma. Potsy says, imagine Maguire bollocking the team in the change room, and then he gets to Ronaldo. Pre-red card, were we happy, Mr. B?
No.
Yeah, I was happy. I
wasn't.
Daniel, I'm call you Daniel. Sorry, I keep getting your name wrong. Clearly, I would sacrifice Donny van der Beek, and brought on Delo and Matic in for Sancho to calm the midfield. The subs for all defenders in the second half killed our attack. We need to keep attacking. I think that's in response to, you asked him, didn't you, Mr. B?
Yeah.
What subs you play? So I think that's your response there. Good shout. This all says Fred was supposed to be subs before the game even started. Good one. Malmo down to Juve. Potsy says you should have went 4-4-1. Yeah, take Donny van der Beek off the lot and bring Sancho and Pogba back deeper on the wings. Yep, keep control of the game. Happy days. And now it's happy days for me. There you go. Good shout, Potsy. Annie Herbert said, let's be honest, the team didn't paint their nails before the game. I blame Ronaldo, but the buck stops with Ollie. Yep, good shout. Swish rolled up the Manx. Who's this guy? Wait. I'm sorry. There's so wait. I'm lost it now. This put me all right. It says thank you, Jaylins. All right, I'm going to go through quickly now because there's quite a few. Miss Silver Fox, pre-red card wasn't great either. They weren't scared of you. Potsy says Wagner, the goalkeeper, the manager, really benefited from pre-match chat with Jurgen. Mr. B either wants to burst out laughing or burst out crying. I can't figure it out, says Tony.
I haven't decided.
We can't overreact. It was a bad day at the office, but we'll bounce back on Sunday. Jem says, same thing after Southampton game. Buzzing from Leeds. Ollie out after the Saints, most fans. Box says, it's one game. People can't be too reactionary. Box says, people are acting like we're Arsenal. Jem says, Champions League, though, these games are big. How will you cope without Wan-Bissaka? I think we do all right. Dalot gets an opportunity now to shine. Andy Herbert says, lads, you are doing Arsenal in the Champions League. Can't remember the last time they were in the Champions League, to be honest. We have Dalot for right back. Yeah, exactly. You got your Ollie in, your Ollie out, in, out, shake it all about. You do the Man United and you turn it around. Tony, we're coming for you. Box says, we have depth. We're not Liverpool. So saying Liverpool don't have really real squad depth. Really poor, says Rich Sports. How you doing, Rich Sports? Hope you're going to do an inquest on this on your show tonight as well.
I'll just say, Amanda, can I just say something? Listen, the people who are saying, it's one game and blah blah blah. Listen, we're talking about Man United here wanting to go out and challenge for the Premier League against Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool. Are you telling me that if we can keep saying this, how many times have we said this now? Don't overreact. It's just one game. The last game, don't overreact. It's just one game. We keep saying it over and over and over and don't see any improvement.
So I'm not. Sorry, go on.
I'll let you finish. I'll let you go through the comments. I'll come back.
So yeah, I'm nearly done. Box is saying it's not a red card for Wan-Bissaka.
Of course it was.
By the rules, it probably is, but I'm not. You can't dive in. You need to learn a lesson. Big up Rich as Box. Adam Morris, he said it's all about how we react to this. We haven't been great all season, so this could be the kick up the backside we need. Good shout. Hi, Box, says Rich Sports. Solar said, hit the subscribe button. And do we need to mention the Bruno shirt as well? You can do that in a sec. Rich, what a shite show, says Box. Annie Herbert, I think Man United should take up Tiddlywinks. Who replaces Ollie, says Box. Getting to the end now. Barcelona losing 1-0 to Bayern Munich. That sounds like a good game. Zidane should replace him, says Box. So from Solo. Box to Solo saying, Solo, would you pull the trigger now? The last two, Arteta the man for Man United. But he comes with Zaka. Box, this is from Solo. Box is too early to do so. I'm Ollie out, but it's a new season, so we need to give him a chance to prove himself. Yep. Good shout there, Solo. Anthony Keating, manager and players, says Solo. Box, agree with Solo. Ollie dubious decisions on a knife edge regarding whether the rain is whether he's the one. Villarreal 1-1 now with at Atlanta. One game, but it's young boys for F's sake in the Champions League. And finally, big up Jordan from Mandeville, Jamaica. So much there to cover, Mr. B. Over to you.
I've realised I am really pissed off. I'm sitting here, and I think it's finally, you know, you have the pictures in your head of what went wrong, what you think, and I'm listening to you guys, and yeah, I think it's actually getting to me now. The fact that I came into it thinking, first group stage, I said the end game is to get out of the group. But we lost to the worst team in the group. And regardless of what happened in between, Ollie's bad decisions, Wan-Bissaka getting sent off, we lost the first game of the Champions League to the worst team in our group. You know, I can't...
It's ringing bells from last season with that Turkey.
It really is. And the fact that we were all happy with the team that we put out, let's be honest, we were all quite pleased with the team that we put out. I'm still, as I said, maybe it's just me. I'm still not digging Ollie out for it because I just believe that there was reasons for the loss. You know, the second half, we're going to come on to the second half now. And obviously we've kind of half dissected it, but my biggest issue is why an international footballer who has been playing at the club for how much years, actually forget about the fact he's an international footballer, professional footballer, why he would have made a pass like he made.
Yeah.
It makes he didn't look, because if you look on the stills, you look on it, he wasn't looking when he made the pass. He just swung his foot and passed it. So to me, Ollie has I understand that you don't want to make an example. You don't want to ostracize a player. But if he hasn't had his arse lit up in that changing room for that, then Ollie does need to go. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear that he's been softly spoken. That has cost Manchester United a point in the Champions League. That point could come back to haunt us. The fact that, well, not say you say 3 points. Wan-Bissaka cost us the 3 points. Lingard cost us the 1 point. You know, the fact that he has balls enough to say that he doesn't want to sign the contract that we've offered him, and he comes out and does that, Jay Lings, whatever you're doing, is bull. You're a big man. Big man don't walk around doing this bullshit. And then you do that to end the game. They blew the whistle straight afterwards. What did he do? Nothing. He walked off the pitch. He didn't thank the fans who were in the roof there doing. He walked off. He's an ass. I hope he gets broke up in the changing room. I'm not into violence. And I hope we never hear it. But let's be honest. If he has 2 black eyes tomorrow and his lip look like this, that's what he deserves to get, because you can't do that.
No.
Champions League. This is the pinnacle of club football. And you're making a pass. He did a Tyrone Mings. We was laughing at Tyrone Mings over the weekend.
Yeah.
We were laughing at Tyrone Mings, bruv. And he's gone and done that. It makes no sense. So I hope he's getting lit up. And I'm still not going to blame Ollie. I'm going to blame Wan-Bissaka, and I'm blaming Jesse Lingard.
Nah, I disagree. I disagree. Listen. I think at that stage of the game, like, you're the one having to play with 10 men for the second half. So you're asking the ref, you know what time it is. You know there's only seconds left. At that stage of the game, you hit it into the roof, or somehow you just blast it out the pitch. To do that sort of thing, all right, let's give it back to the keeper. And like you said, didn't even look. That's a major error. Once again, was too deep. But the issue for me is we're not even playing passes forward. We're struggling to link 3-4 passes together in the midfield, So even in the first half, the only time we had possession was when it was playing the goal through the defenders, the centre backs, and the thing. Once it got into the midfield, apart from Donny, I think Fred worries, but Donny can play a bit of football. I know people are going to be criticising him, but no. Going back to second half. So second half, we're 10 men. We got 10 men. Just for more than 45 minutes, we had to play with 10 men. This is what I'm saying. Play 2 fours. This is what we were doing. And just shuffle across. That's what we have to do all game. Shuffle. As soon as you go to three in midfield and more guys out here, suddenly they can double up on the fullbacks or split. We're shuffled here, spread the play, and then suddenly Luke Shaw has to run over and get doubled up on, and that's how they get. And then you're going to invite more and more pressure. That was major error in my opinion to do that. Verratti is great, but all you're going to do is sit back. It's not like, do you understand what I'm saying? They're going to press you back from that point. You can't play out because suddenly you're getting balls into your feet, and you're like Lingard. He's probably shook because the ball come into him. He can't turn into trouble, so he decides to play it back to the keeper. So because we haven't got we can't on the half turn, he didn't look the ball. He doesn't know what to do. So it's right. Let me just play the way I'm facing, and he can't even see. That's a terrible pass to make. Kick it off the pitch. So to me, I know what you're saying, Mr. B, about picking out individuals and everything else. We already discussed the right back, Wan-Bissaka. I hope he learns from that. You don't always need to go to ground. You're not always going to make the perfect challenge, as it just proved there, because there's consequences for going to ground like that now. And for Lingard, consequences are you shouldn't really be on the pitch. He came on as a sort of a number 9 or something like that, and then he's ended up, where was he? He was on our penalty area when he passed that ball back. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that shows how deep we were at that point of the game. Once you do that, you just, like you say, keep inviting pressure and wave of attack. And great, they've had the time of their life at our expense. It's not good enough. Ollie, forget the thing. It always boils down to the manager.
Yeah.
Like you said, Mr. B, David Beckham got a football boot in his eye. There's no reputation, everything. If you're doing wrong, that's what's going to happen to you. But when Ronaldo came off, I could see he got patted on the backside by Ollie. Oh, sorry, I'm really sorry. Yeah, I had to. Blah, blah, blah. Like, Ronaldo's like, yeah, right, so what? Doesn't matter. He's like patting him 3-4 times. I said, don't worry, I'll get the baby oil or the soap suds or whatever out for you for the bath and all that. It's really, that to me shows just weakness, So that's what I'm seeing on the outside. I can't speculate what goes on the inside. I can only judge by how they play on the pitch and his body language, interviews, all that kind of thing. And for me, it's not decisive enough. And compared to the other guys, it's like day and night. The other guys, the other managers in the Premiership, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, they are light years ahead of him.
And the thing for me as well is like, look at that squad. You're in that changing room there before this game. You're looking at all those players in front of you. What's going through their minds looking at each other? It's like, yeah, we're a team. This is a proper team here. But we failed to manage that game against a team that, quite frankly, couldn't have beat themselves. We had to assist them in getting a win tonight, which we did with Jesse Lingard, giving them, go on, here, see if you can get on the end of that and put that in. Right, and there was no game management whatsoever, and that's the worrying thing for me is that when people say about you got to give time and it's only one game and blah blah blah. No, you're looking at it in the wrong light. You're looking at it from the wrong angle, mate. You've got to look at this as how did we manage the game? If we'd have gone out there tonight, we'd have started the game right. Let's say we started the game, we got the 1-0, we got the goal. Then Aaron Wan-Bissaka did his thing. He gets sent off, and then we're like, oh right, okay. And then Ollie decides, all right, listen, we're going to have to shore it up here and do what we did. But then they still, they come on and they played well. Let's say they just pulled out a performance that they'd never played before, and they played well. We had a really good game. We we attacked more. We had more possession of the ball. We just couldn't score. One of those games where you could stay there all night and you're not going to get the ball in there. It's just one of those games. If that's the case, then you can say, yeah, okay, right, yeah, give you a little bit of leeway here on this one. But it's quite the opposite of everything I've just said tonight. It was, like I said in the comment, it's shambolic, shocking, and weak. And that is a worrying sign, surely. You've got to, as a serious Manchester United fan, you've got to take a step back from this and just think to yourself, wait a minute, are we really going in the right direction here, considering what we've brought in? The expectation on top of what we've brought in. Is Ollie capable of managing all this expectation, all these players, keeping them all happy, balancing the squad, getting the tactics right? Is he capable of doing all this? Because as it stands right now, it doesn't look like he is to me, because he keeps failing. And we have to admit that he's failing, surely.
Second, even over the cracks with just by buying players.
Yeah. Well, second is not good enough. Second's not good enough for the Premier League. We ain't second. We're champions. Second is not good enough. If you're going to come second, you might as well come fourth or fifth or sixth, in my opinion. Right?
Go back to that comment, please. This one. Anyone can see it. Everyone can see it. It's not one game. Lost the midfield battle against Southampton. Fact. Tortured by Toure, even Newcastle with better decisions could have been 2 or 3. This is the problem that will cost you a trophy this season. This is great observation.
Yeah, exactly what I'm getting at. That's what I'm saying.
I can't even lie. I can't even disagree.
There's no team. There's no management of games. There's no game management in terms of understanding the opposition. Making plans, like you say. You do your homework against this team. You know what they're going to try and do. You just work. You go, okay, listen. We can easily deal with this. We've got this. Look at our midfield. We've got one of the best, if not the best, midfields in the league, and then we can't compete against the young boys side from a Swiss league. Who, let's have it right. Like I said, Mr. Beast's young team to beat them. It's all right. We're laughing, but inside, I'm really crying, mate. Inside, because I'm worried. I'm worried that it's all like we've built up the whole castle, and then we've had. It's all weak. There's no foundation to it, and it's just crumbling back down again. It's shocking, mate. It's shocking.
What do you think in the second half talk? What do you think we should have done then?
Well, what we did, I thought, because I called it as soon as it went to before second half. I said, right, second half now. I think we need to shore up here. We've got enough to keep them out here. We've got what we had on the pitch and what we could bring on in terms of Varane and blah blah blah. We could easily, only made the changes to do that. But we couldn't.
So you're happy with Varane coming into back 3?
Yeah, I was happy with to try and shore it up to keep them out, and then for us to then have enough. I'm sure this is what Ollie must have been thinking. This is where the inquiry must now start. Is for Ollie to be scratching his head, thinking, "Wait a minute, I've asked you to go out there and do this second half in this setup, in this formation, in order to keep them out, but to." Because the fact is, if you do what we did, that invites them to leave their half, because they've got to come out and chase for the goal. It opens it up for Ronaldo. And all you need then, like I said last night, you push the ball out to one player who can make a good pass, Paul Pogba or Bruno Fernandes, or one if one Mata was on the bench, was Mata on the bench?
Yeah.
Could have brought on one Mata. You got Donny van der Beek, blah, blah, whatever. Right? You can make passes. And we couldn't even do that. We couldn't do that. We can't find those passes to find somebody who's taken up a position to say, look, yeah, they're pressing us here, but no, it's all right. You've got enough there at the back, right, to deal with them. We snuff it out, and then we go, right, 1 pass, 2 pass, out, Ronaldo, goal. Thank you very much. Door shut, game over. We couldn't do it.
Can we, Mr. B, what do you think? Second half. And the shape.
I said my thing is, again, the shape 4-4-1. 4-4-1 is what I would have played. I'll be honest. 4-4-1 is what I would have played. Whether or not Varane comes on for Lindelof, and that's the change that's made, because then you've got a better defender. Maybe I would have done that. Fred ran around a lot. Maybe Matic, who would have been more disciplined in the position that he stays in, which keeps it shielded.
Yeah.
Maybe that might have worked. Lingard coming on for Ronaldo. I understand the move to a certain extent, but what are you saving Ronaldo's legs for? If you understand, I know he's old, I know he's just come back. He's got the intelligence to tell a man where to pass the ball or where to run, where Lingard came on and did what he did. Even before he did what he did, he was too deep. He wasn't an outlet. I'm assuming he came on the pitch to be the outlet, to be the outboard. Yeah, and then he was back. He was deeper. So in that regards, that could be, you could say, Ollie should have told him to stay up, or one of the management told him to stay up. And when he dropped deep, you're out on the side of the pitch, badgering him, telling him, stay up, giving them the instruction. So that, I don't understand, if I'm honest. But it's just the whole, we've lost to the worst team in our league. We've lost to the worst team. This is what it boils down to. The cold light of day. We lost 2-1 to the worst team in our group. The pressure is now on to beat Villarreal next game. Villarreal are riding with confidence. They dicked us in the final. You know, what are they hoping for? They know it's not going to go to penalties. They'll take the draw again.
Yep.
You know, so it's now for Ollie to have learnt from that last game, because hopefully that's what he's done, because this game has gone now, so there's not much he's going to learn from this other than certain players what to play and maybe a formation to play if they drop down to 10 men. But you've got to look at it and think we were absolutely shit.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I'm trying to be that optimistic guy. And as the night's sinking in and you're getting the flashbacks of what was done, we were shocking, man. We were really, really bad. We've lost to young boys.
It's like I say, it's been a long time coming. We've seen the performances this year. We've been impressed by the Leeds and the scoreline. We've been pretty impressed the other day when we beat Newcastle. But if you really analyse the game, it wasn't that great. It wasn't that great overall. It was just we were just emotional about the return of Ronaldo, him scoring a brace. But beyond that, we've got a lot of issues there. And if it's not resolved soon, like you said, we're having to beat Atalanta now, 2 good sides, and Villarreal, which is going to be quite difficult. Not for our squad, not for a team like that, but for our manager. It's going to be difficult for our manager. Same thing happened last year. It's happening again. I'm not seeing progress in that respect. All I'm seeing is better players coming to the club, and eventually you're going to get found out if you've got if you've got like a manager who's limited.
Yeah,
I like the way you changed the word.
I'm not here to get into this. Oh, shite! This is shite. Look, he's obviously taken his badges. He's played at a high level, all this kind of thing. But after 2.5 years,
he's struggling.
We can all see that you haven't got anything going here, as in for a side or an identity of how we play our football. It's clearly not the case. So buying top players is not going to just automatically mean that we're going to win games. And you need players to think. This is what I'm hoping. I really hope that Ronaldo takes team talk or strings up Ollie and puts a boot in his face or something, kicks a boot in his face to say, what the hell are you doing? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because he's got so much influence out there. He's one person I have faith in that can turn this around, because he's a winner. He's not going to accept this. He's going to say, well, why did you bring Varane on? Why did you go 3 at the back? Why didn't you just keep that shape? Then we're overnumbered here. Can't you see, I would love to be a fly on the wall when they have a briefing. Because they should fling on this video and fling on all these people doing YouTube videos and all these inquests that are going on, because we even can see it. People are so inundated with so much information these days. We've watched all these shows. We've studied football. We know everything. We can even see it. That's a good stage. I can talk to like a 13-year-old kid, and he can even pick it out and say this, and this. And say, oh my God, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? So the football has changed so much. To be an expert, have your UEFA badges and all that kind of thing. Yeah, prove it. Prove that you're better than Mr. B. Prove that you're better than Kahinde as a coach. You know. The other day, by highlighting things that we can even see and doing something about it. I don't see it happening.
Agree on Monday, 100%.
I do. I can't even. As I said, I can't even disagree. Normally on You know, we tend to have the same thing that you lot have got in my head, and I'm peed off now. I came on here to be the happy the happy guy, but yeah, we need. I would like to see. I want to see improvement. I want to see Ollie being brave in team selection. We are what we are. The players we have are the players we have. He has to work out now, moving forward, because let's be honest, if we don't get out of the Champions League, there was no point in us finishing second in the league last year. There's no point if we don't finish in the Champions League.
Bye, Ollie.
You really think that on Monday? Do you really think that?
There's only so long you can go without being found out. And if you don't get out of this Champions League group, because it's not great. Look at Liverpool's group.
The group's dead.
That's tough food. Yeah. So if we don't get out of this group for second year in a row, there's going to be an inquest. We're the biggest club. All the spotlights on Ollie. It's a big job. So if you can't, with this squad, you can't be challenged for a league. You can't even get out of your Champions League group. You're going to struggle to beat these teams. There's got to be an inquest. There's got to be something going on to say, no, this ain't good enough, you know? And clearly, games like this just highlight, wow, this ain't good enough. Do you understand what I'm saying? Regardless of 10 men or not, at least manage the game out and see the game out. And as we're all seeing, it wasn't done correctly. If it's done correctly, we could have held on to that 1-0. How do you think Liverpool or Man City would have done with 10 men?
Yeah.
Do you understand? They probably would have. But Chelsea, look at Chelsea. No doubt they would have managed the game out, seen it out, you know? But clearly not. No. It was really bad to put three guys narrow in midfield when they're like, wow, we got all this space now. We can fullbacks push on, you know, push on. Suddenly these three guys, you saw proper, you know, and he's getting there, like coming out wide to cover and think he's getting there, but he's knackered. It's like, oh man, I've got to shuffle back in now, you know. But when there was four in there, it's easier. So we do it as a unit, bam, 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 together and organised, you know. But that to me is like nah. You know, it's a crazy decision in my opinion.
It was a Monday, and can you just put that away? And in fact, I'm just going to show this comment. One second.
Yes.
This here from Akil P. Big up to Akil. The Ronaldo situation could become a nightmare if Ollie is not serious. He won't accept this mediocrity. It could turn ugly. Exactly. You know, you've got players there, not just Ronaldo, but, you know, Jadon Sancho has come to this club expecting to
big things.
A better player. You move forward to become better and to become a winner. And it seems to me that they must be in themselves going home after games and everything else thinking, wait a minute, what is going on here? There's something not quite right. And it's only a matter of time before you run out of looking at places to look to point your finger at. You know, and at some point they're all going to start looking at Ollie and the coaching setup. And when that happens, that's it. He's done because he'll lose the dressing room. Because
you know what's going to happen?
No confidence.
He's going to walk into the change room and everyone's going to be quiet. And he knows how to be good. His ears will be burning. You know, it's like that. How embarrassing!
It's honestly, it makes no sense because I'm watching Chelsea right now, right, and they're playing Zenit St. Petersburg, good, decent team, right, much better than Young Boys. Let's have that 100%. And Chelsea are playing really, really well. They're playing. They've not scored yet, but like I say, Zenit is a different animal compared to the Young Boys, right? But Chelsea they're controlling the game. They're controlling the ball. They've got good shape. Nobody's drifting. They've got a plan. They know exactly what they're doing. They're wearing the Zenit team down, and I should imagine it's only a matter of time before Chelsea score and probably win this 1 or 2-0. And this is the difference there that I'm seeing. With us, if we were on that pitch now and I was watching Man United against Zenit, we'd be all over the shop. You'd have players in, we lose our shape. Your players in strange positions. And like I say, for me, I don't know what. Reece said it at the time when I said, I said, what's Ronaldo doing in our own half, coming to retrieve the ball, to pass it out, and then to make another run to get back up into the danger area? You know, it's. And he says he likes to do that, and I'm like, yeah, but he shouldn't have to do that. He's 36 now. He shouldn't have to be doing that. He should be. You know, this is where Ollie and the coaching staff are like, listen, Cristiano, listen, we know you like to help the team out. However, you know, we need you to be that focal point. You know how it works, so just stay the focal point, and we will get the ball to you, and then wallop, you'll get your goals. But he's decided, from what he's seeing, you know, you're talking about an elite professional here. He's seen from in that game that this is just not working. So he is then going, right, natural instinct is to go out and run back. Look, when he plays for Portugal and they ain't doing that well, what does he do? He starts hunting the ball down to try and get something going. So if he's doing that with us now after signing, this is only his second game. Worrying signs indeed.
Is there any positives we can take from this?
No. None at all. I can't even think of one.
Because I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, we played on an artificial pitch, or we had 10 men, or Lingard assisted for a goal. Because beyond that, we still weren't good enough, and the decision making was poor by the management, in my opinion. But the positives, I don't, not many positives, to be honest, from my point of view.
None.
Anyway, I've said I'm exhausted from all this. I think it's been a
very, very, very long evening. Yeah.
It's like someone just open the curtains and shone a light on something that's been highlighted, and Ollie's like that. Oh no, it's me. You know, all this glamour. With Ronaldo signing, wheeling him out, wheel out this new signing. Suddenly, the curtains are being opened up, and Ollie's sitting there like, so making that stupid face. But this has always been on the cards. If you haven't got a good coach, we're going to need a good coach to manage this team. And I'm not seeing a progression. We should not be losing this game. And even at 10 men, we should manage it to where we at least get a point. From being 1-0 up, it wasn't managed correctly. We just killed ourselves out there. Not good enough.
Talk.
Yeah, can't add anything really. It's exactly right. And this is the point. You know, you can't. We're not just going to expect the team to manage itself. You know, it just doesn't work like that. You know, they need guidance, they need motivation, they need plan. More than anything, they need a plan. They need to understand what it is their role in the team and on the pitch when they go out there. And to me, it looks like a little bit of, you know, oh well, I'm just gonna, you know, we just go out there and we just run around and kick the ball, and then you just that's all they're doing. I don't like Monday we kept pointing it out last season. I didn't want to believe it, and I kept saying to myself, "We'll see, it's going to start to shine. It's going to start to come through." You know, he's using this system, which is new to him. When you look at what he did at Mulder and what he did when he first joined us, the 4-3-3, he's now switched to a new system. He's got to give him time to work it out. He's had more than enough time now to work the system out, and he's still not working. He still can't get the midfield to dominate and control a game. Yeah. You know, especially against a crap team like that. That's how it right. No disrespect to him, but they're crap. Simple as that. You know, I'm not going to dress it up. It's simple. So it's worrying. It is very, very worrying. And you know what? I don't even know if I'm looking forward to the West Ham game now. I'm really not. I'm thinking, well, what's going to come of that? You know, are we going to, you know, like somebody said in the comments, is that the kick up the backside we needed? Who knows? We've heard that so many times, though. I've been saying that for years. Actually, now I remind myself, I've been saying that for years. You know, that's the kick up the backside that we need, but we still haven't won anything. We've still not won nothing. And like I said, coming second means to me nothing.
Talk.
Yeah.
Every league win, every championship has ups and downs. Yeah. We're going to leave it there. I think we may well need to discuss this again tomorrow because we haven't done any score ratings. We've done nothing. And we've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes. It's time to go. I'm just gonna remind folks before we do go that once the guys get to 1,000 subscribers, they are going to pick a winner for this signed Bruno Fernandes shirt, genuine article as well. This would be a fantastic item for any Man United fan. You know, I mean, I'd love to have it myself, but I don't think I've got any chance of winning it. Listen, we're allowed to rig it, yeah? We're allowed to rig it.
That's the thing I know, because I know I can't. You know, I'm not going to win it because people will start going, wait a minute, don't it go on your show? So they're going to go, no. So if I win it or any of us win it, we're going to have to say no, pick again, which would hurt me, but that's the way it's got to be. So, but yeah. So if you are new to the channel and whatnot, yeah, give the guys your support. You know, like, share, subscribe, etc.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everyone who's commented in. There's been a lot of really interesting comments in here, a lot of supportive. When I say supportive stuff, it's just by highlighting to us and helping us see as well what's really going on. So some great insight there by some real top knowledgeable guys. Thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah, and the banter as well. Yeah, we can take the banter. That's what it's
about.
Of
course. Yeah, we'll take it, but we also appreciate the constructive comments as well. So with that, we're going to leave that here. This is me, Mr. B, on Monday, as usual.
Thank you, guys.
Talk of you down the bottom right there.
There you go.
Thank you. We'll see you all again tomorrow. We know we didn't discuss the full thing, but if you want to hear the full reaction 24 hours afterwards with our brains a little bit more little bit more
sober.
Yes.
In your case.
Maybe that's the word maybe that's the word I'm looking for, sober. And we'll get this done. But thank you again. Thank you very much for watching. As always, this is the Man United Agenda, and we will see you all tomorrow.